Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show. Welcome to another episode of 30 Inks 30 Days. How is everyone doing today? Are you having a nice day? I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are in the world. Today we're looking at a pink ink. This one is from the Ferris Press, Bumbling Blossom. It's a very nice, bright, neon-ish pink ink. Although the color really doesn't do it justice. We all know that brightness and saturation are always competing with each other. Whew. That's too low. Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, I think I've played with this. It doesn't want to be the color that it's supposed to look like. Drives me crazy. Okay. My hands are going to look weird, but I think that that's pretty much color accurate now. Yeah. That looks like that. Okay, good. I think we're almost color accurate now. Oof. Sorry about that. Sometimes it just drives me crazy how some red colors can look not red at all, and some yellow colors don't look yellow at all. Slightly more darker. Let's see. Pretty much just testing out all the colors now to make sure that it's color accurate. Okay, looks pretty good, I think. Alright, let's do this. Here is our ink swatch. Water resistance test shows it does have a little bit of water resistance. Not enough that I would feel comfortable using it on the outside of an envelope for fear it's so bright. Hello, neighbor. Hello, Gary Scott. How are you doing today? Long time no see. How you been? How you been? And here is our toilet paper chromatography. I see pink. I don't see any funny colors coming out. Maybe just the slightest tinge of orange, but not really. So, grain of salt. How you been? How you been? How's Kathy? Ow. Okay. Okay. Righty then. Let's do some paper review. Here's our ink of the day. Very nice. This is the Pen and Gear memo book from Walmart.com. Kathy off doing her good deeds for the day. Oh, that's good. Oh dear. Let's turn down the brightness. It's too bright now. Okay, perfect. Alright, this is the Pen and Gear memo book from Walmart.com. There's a tiny bit of shading, a little bit of ghosting. Lightweight Traveler's notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. I'll give her my best, will you? Super lightweight Traveler's notebook paper. A little bit of shading, a little bit of trouble grabbing the page, a little bit of ghosting. Moleskine 70 GSM. A little bit of shading, a little bit of stippling, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. I love this pen, and yet I hate this pen. I want to love it because it's got a nice broad line, but the tipping is like weird. It's bowed. I don't think I've ever seen tipping like this before. So, when you're looking at the nib, it's kind of shaped like this. The tipping is cut like this. So when I go this way, sometimes I don't get any ink at all. Sometimes when I go this way, I get a real jagged edge. And when I go this way, it's nice and smooth. But there's nothing I can do because that edge will always be there. And if I smooth the edge too much, I'll get baby's bottom. That's when you get a crevice right there and the ink doesn't go all the way to the page. So, I don't know what to do about it. Anyway, All right, this is the pen. This is the Field Notes Journal. Let's zoom in a little bit. Boop. A little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Fabriano Eco Quant 85 GSM. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Cult Pens 120 GSM notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Idea notebook. Hi, Bumblebee. How are you doing today? Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting though. Wow, lovely and bright. Yes, we need some lovely bright colors for this spring we're having. This is Midori MD paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. 68 GSM Tomoe River. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Eco Jot notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no real feathering, only a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Office Depot Office Max. Beautiful shading, minimal feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Cosmo Airlight 75 G. I just bit the shit out of my mouth. Cosmo Airlight 75 GSM. With shading, no feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. The Jot Journal from the Dollar Tree. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. I'm doing very well, thank you. I just bit the shit out of my cheek, but other than that, I'm doing fine. Marumon Nemosity 80 GSM Dot Grid. A little bit of shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Black and red Oxford Optic paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting, barely any ghosting. Austrian greens all over the world. Handel's Company. Beautiful shading. Minimal feathering. Minimal bleeding, minimal ghosting. Don't notice me, I'm just choking on a piece of apple that I swallowed earlier. Clairefontaine 90 GSM. Color makes you think of snow cone. Yes, it does kind of look like a pink snow cone. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, and barely any ghosting. Clairefontaine. This is Ayush 100 GSM notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. I do find that it really helps to see each of these notebooks because the papers are different colors sometimes. This is more of a cream paper and this is more of a white paper. And this one's even more so cream colored than the white. So there's even more of a difference. I don't know if anybody else noticed that or not. Not all paper is colored equally. I mean, they might be colored evenly, but not equally. This is Exceed 100 GSM notebook paper from Walmart.com. A little bit of shading, no feathering, one little tiny bit of bleed through, barely any ghosting. Archer and Olive notebook paper. 160 GSM notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. New Eco. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Pen & Gear Poly Composition book from Walmart.com. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. Up and Up Wide World Composition book from Target.com. Beautiful shading, no feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. True Red Composition book from Staples.com. A little bit of shading, no real feathering, little bits of bleed through, a little bit of ghosting. This is CD15 Apica 81.4 GSM. No, it's not nap time. I just yawn when I talk. I don't know why. It's because it's 1:15. That's it. Every day, 1:15. No feathering, no bleeding, and barely any ghosting. That is the only explanation that I can think of. I won't yawn all day, all night. But once 1 o'clock p.m. comes along, yawn city. I don't understand. Milky colored drawing paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Oh, I need to clean that. Nanami 7C 68 GSM Tomaway River. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. It's just annoying, that's all. I am a person that doesn't like to waste time. And I feel like I'm wasting time by yawning. And it's annoying. Like, I'm trying to talk. I've got other things to do. View Corona 52 GSM. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Pelican Hub notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Smoky color drawing paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Let's take a look. These two, when you look at them, they almost look like they're totally different colors on different colors of paper. Something to consider. CVS Caliber notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Oxford notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Mead 5-star notebook paper. Feathered like a chicken. Barely any bleeding. Barely any ghosting. Pen & Gear heavyweight notebook paper from Walmart.com. Nice shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Such a waste of time. HP Premium 32-pound copy paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. The JNB Copper Plate Graph Pad from JohnNeilBooks.com. Beautiful shading, no feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Original Crown Mill 100 GSM laid paper. A little bit of shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting though. Rhodium dot pad, 80 GSM. A little bit of shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Mead, vintage mead. Stupid. Maybe it just needed a big yawn. Who knows? Little bits of feathering, a little bit of heavy ghosting. Okay. Let's do a comparison panel. I think it's a pink ink. So we shall start off with the pink inks. Okay. Okay, this looks very weird. That's the incorrect button. Shit. This drives me crazy. I swear to God, I just want it to be nice. Just stop it. See, now it looks orange. But if I put a color filter on, and then I saturate it just a little bit, change the hue just a little bit. Oh, these don't look like each other at all. I should have left it alone. I should have left it alone. Oh my God, now you see the things that I have to go through. It's awful. I hate it. I hate editing kind of. I hate it. Hello, PL70015. How are you doing today? I'm sorry I'm having such a time, but like my phone and my camera, they just do not want to cooperate today. I'm gonna have to give up because I can't do it. For me, an antidote to Pelican Rose Quartz. Yes, definitely. Okay, this is Ferris wheel press Bumbling Blossom next to Venta Lacambini, Birmingham Terracotta, Goshikiyama Ochre, Lavender Pearl, Rose Range, Flowers on the Way. Let's see, do any of these match? Let's play the matching game. Oh, these ones are kind of close. Diamine Cerise is probably cheaper than Ferris wheel press. Diamine Pink Ice is kind of close, except for Pink Ice has shimmer in it. There's Pelican Rose Quartz, which is kind of a dull grayish pink. Hanakata, no. Of course, if you want to examine these further, you could hit the space bar and use the period to go forward and the comma to go back one frame relatively. I think we're in another ballpark now. This is Diatramentus Apple Blossom. Colorverse Alpha Boo. This Yozakura is getting kind of close. It's still a little bit light, though. Rose Quartz does flow well. It's just a little too light for my, taste. So if anybody wants some, as long as you're willing to pay for shipping, let me know. I got 2 bottles because I'm the ink master for our club. This Pink Gazelle's getting kind of close too. I like this one better because it's got more permanency. And this one's Blossom de Lotus, which is also kind of close, but more corally towards. Wow, what did you guys think about that? Minus my carburetor and my stupid throat being angry. I would highly encourage you not to do. I would highly disencourage anybody to try and turn this into a drinking game. How many times does it yawn? Every time it yawns, and you played drunk bingo, how drunk would you be? I'd be dead, Mom. I'd be dead. I've been looking for this thing for, ever. and I didn't know what I did with it. It's a little cutting mat. Bookmark. It's also in case I want to use it to cut something out of a magazine. I recently got a food magazine from my pen friend, Kathy Scott, and one of the things in there were these two recipes. This is for Monte Cristo sandwich, which is basically deep-fried ham and cheese sandwich. Me and my mom, they used to sell this at Club 33 in Disneyland. I worked there for one day, and then I got moved to a different restaurant, but this was like my #1 favorite thing. My mom was a manager on Main Street stores, and she used to come get me from when I was working at Tomorrowland Terrace, and we would go have lunch and eat Monte Cristo sandwich and watch the parade. It was a lot of fun. And they have a copycat for Dole Whip, which I think might be pretty good. It does look pretty good. I'm thinking thoughts about making some, so I'm excited about those. I've decided that I'm going to take the back side of this journal and turn it into kind of a memoirs type of thing. I think I might have enough weeks to complete the year. I'm not sure though. We will see. We will see how things go. Where am I? Today is, what is today? Today is the 18th. Okay, nothing else is going on today. Good. Well, I don't think I ever had a proper Monte Cristo. Oh, it's a wonderful sandwich. Put some very that thin sliced ham that comes in a tub, and you put like a Swiss cheese or provolone. I like it with provolone. And then you put a little tiny bit of like mayonnaise mustard in there. And then you take and you make like French toast sauce. You make eggs and milk and a little bit of cinnamon ginger or nutmeg, sprinkle and whipped, and then dip that whole sandwich in the sludge and then fry it on both sides. Or you put it in one of them sandwich machines. Oh my God. That's where it's at, let me tell you. Still, hands down to this day, my favorite sandwich. And it's just a ham and cheese French toast sandwich. Relatively easy to make. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Oh, I got something in my eye. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. Don't forget to check out the links in the doobly-doo for discount codes to Atlas Stationers and Pen Boutique. And I will be back tomorrow with another video. So take care until then. Okay, love you, bye. Have a great day. Thanks for dropping in. Don't forget, I go live every day at 1 p.m. Pacific. Okay, bye.